DevOps. You've heard it, right? It's one of those tech buzzwords that gets thrown around in meetings, in job posts. It's kind of everywhere. But what does it actually mean? Well, today, we're going to pull back the curtain and really demystify it, from its roots in conflict all the way to how it fosters collaboration. It almost always starts like this, doesn't it? Some manager or executive stands up and says, we need to adopt DevOps. It's pitched as this magic solution that's going to help us move faster and build better stuff. But that declaration, it usually comes without much of a roadmap. And that leads everyone to the big question. What does adopting DevOps even mean? Are we buying a new tool? Hiring a new team? Is it something else? Okay, let's actually dig in and figure out what's really going on behind that buzzword. To really get what DevOps is, first you have to understand the problem it was created to solve. And it's a classic story, a tale of two teams separated by something people started calling the wall of confusion. So on one side of this imaginary wall, you've got the development team. We'll call them Dev. Their entire goal is to create change. They want to build new features, fix bugs, and get that stuff out to users as fast as humanly possible. Then on the other side, you've got the operations team, or Ops. And their goal? The exact opposite. They're all about stability. They want to keep the lights on and make sure nothing breaks. And as you know, change is pretty much the enemy of stability. You can already see where this is going. And this is how it used to play out. Developers would finish writing their code, and then they'd basically just lob it over the wall to the ops team and say, here, you deal with this. The ops team, who'd never seen this code before, would then struggle to get it working in the real world. The result? Just a total mess. Releases were painfully slow, and when something inevitably broke, it was just a big game of finger-pointing. Total, unproductive chaos. So, how in the world do you fix a problem that big? You don't just build a better door in the wall. No, you have to tear the whole thing down. And that, right there, is the entire point of DevOps. It's the philosophy designed to smash that wall to bits for good. So here's the textbook definition, but I want you to focus on that very first word, culture. That is the most important part of this whole thing. DevOps is not a tool you can buy. It's not a single person you can hire. It is a fundamental shift in how people think, moving from that's not my job to we own this together. The real goal is to have one single team focused on one thing, delivering awesome software to people faster and more reliably than ever before. Let's use an analogy to make this super clear. Think of a really busy restaurant. The chefs in the kitchen, they're your developers. They're creating the product, the food. The servers out front, that's your operations team, delivering that product to the customer. Now, if they don't talk to each other, if the chefs just start chucking plates out of the kitchen window for the servers to hopefully catch, well, you're going to have a disaster. DevOps is what happens when the kitchen and the front of house work as one single unified team, making sure every single order gets out the door perfectly and fast. Okay, so we've covered the what and the why. Now let's get into the how. How does this collaboration actually work day to day? This is the playbook that makes it all happen. This new culture is really built on 5 key ideas, or pillars. Number 1 is collaboration. That's the core of it all. Dev and Ops share ownership of the product from the very first idea to the moment it's in a user's hands. Then there's automation. The goal here is to automate every single repetitive, boring task you can think of, building the code, testing it, deploying it. This cuts down on human error and frees up smart people to solve bigger problems. That leads right into CI/CD, which stands for continuous integration and continuous delivery. It's just a fancy way of saying teams release tiny changes all the time instead of huge, risky updates once a year. To make sure all those little changes are working, you have constant monitoring and feedback. You know the second something goes wrong. And finally, all of this creates a culture of improvement, where the team is always looking for ways to get better. Now, this culture doesn't just run on good intentions. It's powered by a huge ecosystem of tools. You don't need to be an expert on all of these, but you can see how they fit together. You've got tools like Git for version control, which is just how teams keep track of all their code changes. You've got CI/CD tools like Jenkins that automate the whole pipeline. And then you've got these game-changing tools like Docker and Kubernetes that let you package up your software so it can run reliably absolutely anywhere. It's this whole chain of tools, all working together, that makes the speed and collaboration of DevOps a reality. All right, that's the theory. But what happens when companies, massive companies, actually put this stuff into practice? The results are, well, they're honestly pretty jaw-dropping. Take a look at this number. Thousands. What could that possibly be? That is how many times Netflix deploys updates to their system every single day. And they do it with zero downtime. That's why your binge watch is never interrupted by a, sorry, we're down for maintenance message. That is what DevOps looks like in the wild. Think that's fast? Okay, check this one out. 11.7. On average, Amazon deploys new code to their live website every 11.7 seconds. Just let that sink in for a moment. Not every few days, not every few hours, every few seconds. That's the kind of mind-boggling speed and efficiency you can get with a world-class DevOps culture. So that kind of speed isn't just a cool technical trick. It's a legitimate business superpower. This is why DevOps changes everything. It's not about being fast just for the sake of being fast. It's about how that speed totally transforms how a business can operate and deliver value to its customers. And this slide really says it all. Remember that wall of confusion, that chaos and finger pointing? It's gone. And in its place, you get way faster releases, much higher quality software, and teams that actually like working together. The whole system is more reliable, and the people building it are happier and less stressed out. And what does that all lead to? A better product and happier users. It's a win-win-win. So, as we wrap this up, I want to leave you with this one thought. Yeah, DevOps was born in the software world, but its core principles, they're universal. It's really just a blueprint for breaking down silos, automating the boring stuff, and creating these tight feedback loops so you can move faster. It's all about collaboration and speed. So the real question to ask yourself is, how could this way of thinking change how your team works?